It's actually like me, the lone California shoe.
Yeah! Alright guys, welcome to Idaho. That makes 2 countries, 2 states, and 7 continental divide passes so far. Where we actually have to ride in some rain. Well, it's literally just spitting. It's not even that bad. Let's just pretend I'm riding through a hurricane. But for the next 3 days, we have a forecast of rain and thunderstorms as we go kind of into the Teton National Forest. And guys, wait for Tetons, man. Those mountains are insane. You're going to trip. So for the next 20 miles or so, we're on this trail, the Yellowstone Branch Rail Trail, a trail that used to be a railway line that has been converted into an all-purpose track.
You're gonna get motion sickness from this.
Truthfully, by the terrain, it's mostly meant for ATVs and razor scooters and things like that, because we have a pretty decent amount of this volcanic soil, which is really soft, and unless you have a decent sized tire, you're just sliding all over the place. And this trail just keeps going on for a very long time. There is an alternate for it that adds almost 18 miles of extra trail so that people can avoid specifically sinking through all of this. You know, as long as you cruise at like 7 or 8 miles an hour, it's pretty doable still. If it wasn't for this damn fog up in the distance, the horizon would be filled with the Grand Breast Mountains, more commonly known as the Grand Tetons. Yes, I am so stoked. So tomorrow, hopefully when we get a little closer, we'll be able to see them. Oh, I'm so stoked. This is the place we're hoping to camp tonight. Well, shit. That must have been the last guy who tried to stay here. Oh well. Guys, we are entering Wyoming. That is state number 3. Oh, those are some big horses. We just had bear sighting number 1. Looked like a young grizzly. Luckily we were going downhill and it was quick. To the left right here. This way. We have the beautiful Yellowstone Park. And this trail doesn't really go into the park, but on the map it shows it kind of just barely touching the boundary. So I'm gonna say we went there. And technically, since Yellowstone is a paid park, we are technically outlaws right now. Tetons! Wildfire. I was on my road tour. This huge fire was sweeping through the Teton forest. And right now we're cruising along the John D. Rockefeller Memorial Highway, and we're seeing what happened with it. And it was huge. Huge! The moose waits for no one. Ahead, we're about to intersect the Trans Am and Highway 191, which last year on my road tour was one of the highlights. And not only that, probably one of the highlights of my life, riding through there. When we hit this area, the sun was just setting over the Tetons, which we'll have a view of pretty soon as we pass by Jackson Lake. But first we're gonna stop up and grab some food at this Flag Ranch Visitors Restaurant and whatnot, and then we go on to Coulter Bay Village. So we just rolled into camp for tonight. We're in Coulter Bay Campground, and I just have to say, one of the benefits about bike packing is the fact that when we rolled in here, there were signs everywhere that said campground full, RV camp full, tent spots full. But when we come up to the kiosk and we say, hey, we're looking for some hiker-biker spots, they're like, oh, yeah, of course, we have first come, first serve hiker-biker. And we literally just roll in, $12 a night for everyone, and have literally our own area all to ourselves. Right now, I just got packed up at Coulter Bay, and I'm heading over to get some breakfast. As you can tell, I'm freaking exhausted. Another day off means another day that I just freaking don't want to get back on the bike. But it has to be like mid-30s right now. It is just frigid. My hands are frozen. Look, I'm even like so cold I'm crying. Ugh. To give you a little perspective on how popular this place is, it is just after 7 o'clock, and look at the line already starting to form outside the entrance. I am coming to hate rest days. Oh, they just throw such a wrench in your riding schedule. The last thing you want to do after taking a day off, especially in a place like Coulter Bay, is get back on your bike. God, I had 3 cups of coffee and I'm just can barely keep my eyes open. Oh my God, this is gonna be a really rough day. Yeah, it's moments like this that I really question my sanity. Oh my God, sometimes this is so hard.